Hey everybody, it's Kay. Hope that you're having a very, very good day wherever you are. I wanted to do something different. So a lot of times on BookTube we come on and tell you what we're reading or what we just read, and that gets a little boring and redundant, especially when everybody's reading the same books or talking about the same books and authors. So I said, you know what, let me do something different. And I want to reboot my Featured Five series. Now, back in the day when I did the Featured Five, I was pulling 5 books off of my shelf at a time and talking about the books. Well, this time I want to actually either introduce you to or reintroduce you to different authors that I actually have on my shelf. Now, with some of them, you may say, oh, I've read everything that person's written. And others, you might say, oh, I've never heard of them before. So I just want to enlighten. And my goal on in this video and the goal of my channel in itself is merely to inspire people to read. You don't have to like the same books that I like. You don't have to read the same books that I read. But I just want to inspire people to read, period. That's my goal of having this channel. So I hope that I accomplish that goal. But the first author I want to present is Mr. Solomon Jones. I really don't hear anybody talking about Solomon Jones, but these 2 books that I'm showing you today are very suspenseful, and I like them. This one is Pipe Dream, and it's about crackheads and robbers and thieves and a whole lot of nonsense and foolishness, and I love it. I think I've read this book 2 or 3 times. But for this author and the other authors I'm going to mention today, I'm not going into a lot of details about the author of the book, but please go on Amazon or Goodreads or find their websites online to learn more about these people. But yes, Solomon Jones, Pipe Dream, and his other book is called The Bridge. It's about a young girl who goes missing in the project. So yeah, Solomon Jones is the first author. The second one is someone I really enjoy reading, and her name is Connie Briscoe. The first book is Money Can't Buy Love. The second book is so moving and touching, very good writing, wonderful story, and it is A Long Way from Home. I really, really love this book. This is the kind of book you don't let other people borrow because you're afraid you'll never get it back. And then this one I really, really like, Big Girls Don't Cry. And it's about racial tension in the United States back in the 60s, 70s, coming of age kind of story. But yeah, it is so reflective of what's going on today. Next is an author that, talk about the OG drama king. Everybody was reading him. He was a groundbreaker in the sense that he was writing about bisexuality and homosexuality in a very Real Housewives of Atlanta kind of way. Just all around drama in his books, and the subject matter was so taboo, but he made it fun, okay? And I'm talking about none other than Mr. Lynn Harris. I loved his work. I know a lot of you have read his books and loved his work as well, but here we have Abide With Me by Lynn Harris, In My Father's House, and I Say a Little Prayer. These are all novels. Then I have his memoir, What Becomes of the Brokenhearted. So moving, so touching, really, really enjoyed it. I don't know why I don't have Invisible Life. I remember when he passed away, and my heart was just broken. But yeah, he was one of my favorite authors. Next is Miss Lolita Files. I love Child of God. This was an excellent book of family dysfunction. The writing was great, characters, everything. And I have another one of hers, Blind Ambition. And finally, the last author is one I enjoy the way she tells a story. I really, really do. I think she's great at telling a story. This book is the one that I read first, and I fell in love with her work. And on the 8th day, she rested, about abuse in relationships. So this is J.D. Mason. Okay. This book I've read maybe twice, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. I just loved it. One day I saw Black King, and I let somebody borrow the book, and I was nervous, but as you can see, I got it back. But it was really, really good. And this book, to me, hits home the point that the reason why people act the way they do is because of something that happened in their past or how they grew up. And this book nails it with the character John King because he's in a relationship. I know I wasn't going to get into a lot of detail, but he was in a relationship, but his girlfriend couldn't understand why does he act the way he acts. And so when she tells the story about his past and his upbringing, you like, I get it. I get it. I get why he acts the way he does. But anyway, one day I saw Black King, and the prequel, Don't Want No Sugar. Don't know what happened to my jacket cover, but I loved this book. I loved and hated Roberta. I just, yeah, don't want no sugar. And then finally, This Fire Down in My Soul. So there you have it. Those are 5 authors that, if you haven't heard of them before, check them out on Goodreads, Amazon, their website, learn more about them, pick out some of their books to read, and, you know, or reintroduce yourself to these authors if you read them in the past. Go back and read some of the works that they have done. So we have J.D. Mason, Lolita Files, Lynn Harris, Connie Briscoe, and Solomon Jones. All very good authors. I learned about many African American authors back when Black Expressions Book Club was popular. I was a member, and it was a subscription book service where they would send you a little packet in the mail and say, these are the 2 featured books for this month. Either if you don't respond to this card, we will ship these books to you and you will pay for them. Or you can choose other books from the catalog and we'll ship you those. So I probably would say maybe half of the books or a little more than half of the books that I own came from Black Expressions. A lot of them because I didn't return the card and they auto shipped stuff to me. But that book club helped me to learn so much about African American authors. And even if I didn't order something, every month, I wrote all those authors' names down. And later on, I would either go back and find their books and buy them or go to the library and check them out. But being a part of that book club exposed me to so many African American authors I never heard of before. So I hope that I have done that here today. There might have been 1 or 2 you didn't know anything about, and now you do. So I guess that's going to be it for my video today, and I'll be back with another Featured 5 video very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Keep reading. Bye-bye.